Welcome to Beyond Mindset Limits with Tisha Marie Cain. Here, we explore how unlocking your mindset can pave the way for unlimited success. Discover how to create opportunities through legal challenges and transform your business and life with effective public relations strategies. Get ready to elevate your journey and maximize your potential. Now, let's welcome your host, Tisha Marie Cain.
Welcome to Beyond Mindset Limits. I am your host, Tisha Marie Cain, author, coach, legal expert, the founder of this radio show, Beyond Mindset Limits. I've gone from the courtroom to the microphone, helping people win in life, business, and beyond. I help you break patterns, reclaim your power, and become visible in a way that actually pays. And today I am really excited because I have a very special guest. Please welcome Miss Kelly Sullivan Walden to the show. Thank you, Kelly, for being here.
I am so honored to be your guest, Tisha Marie Cain. It's such a dream to be with you. I'm so grateful.
Yes, thank you so much. Let me give you the proper introduction. Let me tell you guys about Kelly Sullivan Walden. I mean, this is a best friend's best friend. This girl, she's so amazing. AKA Dr. Dream. Can you believe that? She is a dream expert. She's a spiritual counselor. She's a podcaster. She did a TEDx talk, which was amazing. She's a speaker. She's a best-selling author devoted to awakening the world to the power of dreams. Her slogan, "Don't take your dreams lying down." From tandem dreaming with her sister as a child to a near-death experience at 40, Kelly Sullivan Walden is interpreting dreams all over the world on primetime TV, on E! Entertainment, Dancing with the Stars. She is miraculous, and I'm so excited to have you here on the show. So thank you. Welcome again.
What could be better? This is it. This is the pinnacle. This is Carnegie Hall. I'm so excited to be with you, honey. Thank you so much for having me on Beyond Mindset Limits. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for saying yes. I knew I had to have you on this show. And of course, we have I want to go down through the concepts of dreamifesting, your book, and how miraculous that is. And again, you were a pivotal person in my life just to break me through the limits of my own reality. So, I mean, I always pay this homage to you, like you are a goddess and a queen, and you continue to impact the world by teaching people about dreamifesting. So I want to talk about that today. Is that cool?
Oh my gosh, I'll go anywhere with you.
Okay.
Whatever you want to talk about. But I can't imagine you ever having felt limited. I mean, I know a little bit about your backstory, which is pretty extraordinary. If people don't know, they need to read all your books and get your oracle cards. But you were already on fire when I met you, and I feel like I just added a little gasoline and
of course.
But you're already a force of nature.
Thank you for that, Kelly. Yeah, no, I needed you. And I believe when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So you showed up right in the time of my life that I needed it the most. And that's how God works. God is a funny man, even if he's a funny man, but we'll get into that.
A funny man. I think God is beyond a man, but God is pretty awesome.
It's not funny. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about dreamifesting. What exactly is dreamifesting, and how does it differ from other traditional manifestation techniques? I want to know.
Well, I think you already know, but for those who don't know, dreamifesting is a very practical way of exploring dream work. It's in many ways, it's for people that want to make use of that time that we're asleep, which is it's like 20% of our lives, 30% of our lives is spent sleeping and dreaming. And most of us don't know what to do with that, or we think it's just kind of a snooze. We think it's useless because we don't remember it when we wake up. So dreamifesting is about mining the gold from this very, very precious time. I mean, a lot of people these days I'm talking about the telepathy tapes. Have you heard about telepathy
Yes,
tapes?
those are
Yeah.
fantastic.
So it's all about these, kind of it started with these non-speaking autistics and the way that they communicate telepathically. And I've been on my show, The Healing Power of Your Dreams on UK Health Radio. We've been interviewing some of the people from the telepathy tapes, Julia Mossbridge from Ions and some of the others. And we're talking about how this telepathic state where the veil between worlds is thin, we all have access to. And it is extraordinary. The only thing, what makes the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is people that do something with it. So ordinary is to not do anything with your dreams and your dream time. We just call it weird, and we guzzle our coffee when we wake up in the morning, and we wake up and we rush about our day. When it's extraordinary is when we pay attention to those symbols, those messages that come in from the night, and we simply ask ourselves, how might this be useful to me in my waking life? And then we spend a little bit of time decoding the dream, and I have in my book, I talk about my jet set formula, which you and I can talk about as a way to be able to shine a little light on it, kind of like a decoder ring for those dreams, like just a way of, this is so it's not just so crazy. And then we acknowledge that the dreams are giving us very direct, powerful insight about how to alter our lives for the better, how to up-level the issues in our lives, how to circumnavigate them in ways that our conscious mind would absolutely never get. It's like our conscious mind relative to our dreaming mind is kind of dumb. It's a little slow. It's kind of like Fred Flintstone, caveman, compared to our dreaming mind, which is extraordinarily fast, extraordinarily interdimensional. And it's just that it doesn't make sense to the caveman part. So dreamifesting is about manifesting the things that we want in our lives using the power of our dreams.
That is so sexy. And the reason why I say that is because you've taken me down. I've invested 2 years of my life swimming in your energy, learning about dreamifesting. And when you launched this book, it was like I was looking at this book, The Ultimate 12-Week Manifestation Program. And I'm going down through the program, going down through the book. I'm like, she gave it all away. She gave it all away. Like, you were not holding anything back in this book. And I was like, yep, she taught me that. Yep, she taught me that. Yep. And I was like, wow, how did she give us? I mean, even if they pick up your book, Dreamifesting, Harnessing the Power of Your Dreams to Create the Life You Desire, and they do the work, right? I believe that healing is in the doing. If they do what's in this, they're going to have major breakthroughs, major transformation. So basically, you're like in their living room with them.
Or in their bedroom or in their boardroom or in wherever they are. I mean, really, it's wherever your dreaming mind is, which is everywhere. But this book, I really wanted to make it something that would be accessible to people. So many years ago, in my mid-20s, well, just a few years ago, just kidding, I stumbled across The Artist's Way, which was written in a 12-week format. And it was all about how to be more creative in your ordinary life. And it was all the buzz back in the mid-90s. And I did the workshop. And then because I had done it, people asked me if I would facilitate their workshops. And so I basically spent a decade of my life facilitating Artist's Way workshops. And they were so successful because it was just an elegant system. 12 weeks, every week you explore a different aspect of creativity and you bring it into your life. And there's exercises you can do and ways that you could really do it in a group so that you didn't have to do it as a solo activity. So because I spent so much time in that world, I used that model as the way that the template for how I wanted to roll out Dreamifesting in a 12-week format so that people could do it in their living rooms, with their friends, with their reading group, with their church group, with any group that wanted to help to pay attention in their dreaming groups, for people that already have dream groups, to be able to use this as a way to not just go, oh, wow, that was a cool dream, but to ask the question, additionally, how is this dream helping you to manifest this particular desire, that thing that's right up at the edge of your consciousness, that thing that you've been wanting, but it's been like a carrot that's been just inches or just out of touch. Like, how is your dream helping you to eat that carrot, eat that, get that thing that you've been wanting to have, whether it be a relationship, whether it be better health or wealth or status or expression or whatever it be. I wanted this to be a format that people could use to be able to have breakthroughs. And that's I believe what we finally did. And I put everything, as you said, Tisha, this is it's not light reading, although I think I've put in some fun stories to make it so it's not dense, like it's not an encyclopedia at all, but it's meant to be done in a 12-week kind of a workshop with your friends.
Yeah, it's very digestible. And for someone, well, I've gone through the program myself with you, but if someone didn't go through the program with you, this book could actually take them down through as if you were there. So that's what I love. And it's so fascinating that I'm like, wow, it's so digestible. Just sit with it. But it's dense and it's still digestible. So it's great.
It's not something you should read in one sitting.
Right.
But you're right. If you don't have a group of people to do this with, if you're a solo traveler, you could certainly do this by yourself once a week, read the exercises, read the stories, explore the particular aspect of dreaming that I offer each week, and do it for yourself. Just give me some feedback. Let me know how you do. I want to hear all about it. I love it when people share their dreams with me and share their ahas and their breakthroughs with regards to dreamifesting. It's really cool.
Yeah. I know I've personally shared some dreams that in the past, they would have really shook me to the core. And because of your framework, we were able to open them right up, and they really became my favorite dreams through this framework.
Ooh, should we talk about one of those as an example?
Okay.
As a way for
you want
your
to?
listeners to get to know you better?
Yeah, that'd be great. So,
which one should we talk about?
Can you take me down through a new dream that I just had a couple days ago?
Oh, absolutely. Let's do a brand new one. Yeah.
I used your framework with my husband, and we got some really good nuggets, but because you're the expert, you're the AKA Dr. Dream. Oh my gosh, this is so great.
One thing I love to do, and this is what we do with the IASD, the International Association for the Study of Dreams. We always really want to empower the dreamer to be the expert, the be all end all of their dream. And so people like you and I who can support people, we can be the fangirls, we can see things maybe off to the side, we can help to translate, fan the flames of each dreamer's wisdom. So you're the ultimate authority for what lands on you. So let's take it away, Tisha.
Okay. So I'm going to use your framework, and this is Kelly Sullivan Walden's framework, and it's jet set. So I'm going to give you just the facts at first. J, starting with just the facts.
Yep.
The facts were,
just the facts.
I was on my bike riding through this Tuscan village, but I was riding quickly. I had my son Landon on my chest, who was fast asleep, who didn't care about what was going on. He was snuggled in, fast asleep on my chest as I was riding through this village. And I was riding through, I saw stopped cars that weren't moving. My bike was moving. I zoomed through, got to the other side, and laid my son down on the sofa inside the house. And Grandma was there. Grandma's all, can you take me over to my friend's house for the bingo night? And I said, well, the only thing I have is my bike. And she said, well, that would work. And I grabbed Grandma and put her on the back of my bike, and we zoomed through town, took her to the bingo night. And then that was it.
Okay, great. Well, let's go through the rest of the jet set formula. That's great. Okay, so let me just reiterate just the facts, ma'am, before you go any further to make sure I got it. So in a nutshell, if it's my dream, I'm going to pretend like it's my dream. I'm riding my bike through a Tuscan village quickly, and I've got Landon all tucked in, kind of strapped into the front of me. So he's snuggled in, and there's a bunch of stopped cars and they're not moving, and I'm just kind of zipping through them. And then I get home with Landon. I lay Landon down, and Grandma's there, and Grandma wants to go to bingo. And I say, "Okay, Grandma, hop on the bike. I'll take you to bingo." So is Landon coming along to bingo as well, or is Landon there by himself?
No, he's still sleeping on the sofa by himself.
He's sleeping on the sofa by himself. Okay, so I put Grandma on the back of the bike or on the front of the bike, or
Yeah, on the back of the
okay,
bike.
and I'm gonna take and Grandma. This is Greg's mom or your mom or
Actually, I think it was a grandma in the village. She wasn't
oh, a
related at
grandma
all.
village.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. All right. Okay, so let's do the E in Jet Set, which is the emotions or energy. How'd
Uh-huh.
you feel in this dream?
Yeah, when I woke up, I thought, wow, this is so great that I felt elated, I felt excited that even though I had like uh transportation, it wasn't the best transportation available, but I could see the best transportation available. I could see the other cars. I was on the bike, but I was still moving faster than
Mm-hmm.
than the other bikes. Like I could navigate quicker
Mm,
through than those with the cars, and that made me feel excited and
mm-hmm.
rejuvenated and inspired for the day. And
Mm,
I felt excited because
mm.
I saw two spectrums. I saw the baby, which was Landon, and grandma. So I was able to see
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole the whole view of everything, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. How did you feel in the dream about the stopped cars? Was there any feeling or thought,
Yeah, like
energy to
I
them?
felt like they were a bit jammed up.
Yeah.
There ought to be a better way, but they couldn't figure it out. So whatever. You
Mm.
guys can figure that out on your own.
Okay.
I'm leaving.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. This is great. Okay. So let's do the T. The T is for the title
Yeah,
if it were a movie.
the title, if it were a movie, I would say Zooming Through the Tuscan Village.
Oh, zooming through the Tuscan village. That's great. Any subtitle possibly that gives a little deeper insight?
Yeah, maybe Zooming Through the Tuscan Village, not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world. Okay. Oh, great. All right. So the standout symbols, let's just pick a few. It doesn't have to be everything, but what stands out to you? This is the S in Jet Set.
Thank you. Yes, the
So,
standout was the bike, of course, was important. The
okay.
baby, Landon, was important. It wasn't so much that it was my baby, it was so much that the baby was snug. Like I remember
Snug.
checking in on the baby. Is the baby safe? Yes. Okay, cool. Let's keep zooming.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
Mm.
important.
Yeah.
And then the grandma being in there. So what was important, the symbols was the span
Mm-hmm.
of life that I got to see the baby
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm.
grandma and be right in the
Mm-hmm.
middle. Ooh, this is good, Kelly.
Yeah. So the bike, can we also add the Tuscan Village? Because that's kind of
Yes.
unique especially since you live in California.
Yeah.
Or you live in Nevada. You live
Yeah.
in that.
All of it.
Okay.
I live in I'm all over. Maybe that's why.
You
Maybe
live in the
that's why it was
US.
yeah, in the US. Yes.
Okay. So just in a few words, if I was an alien, didn't know what a bike was, what is a bike?
Oh, yes. A bike is a mode of transportation to get from point A to point B, easier than if you were to walk.
Oh. Oh, interesting. I'm having an aha about
Are
that. Okay, very
you?
cool. Yes, I'll get back
Yes.
to that. I'll
Okay.
circle back to that. Okay, and the baby,
The baby.
Landon.
Oh,
Say, I mean, it's your son, obviously. So say
sure.
something about if I was
Landon.
an alien and didn't know what a baby or what a Landon was.
Yeah. So a Landon would be a mini version of who I am. Like maybe my inner child protecting by snuggling him in, which is so great for this radio show because I feel emotional talking to you. That's why coaches
Yeah.
need coaches is because
Yeah.
to have someone outside of me take me through this process is so
Yeah.
great because I got to see, woo, I just saw that and my whole body went flush. I wish people could see us right now because my whole body went,
Yeah.
ah! Yeah. So the baby would like my inner child protecting her, but him protecting him and just
Mm,
checking in on him. Like mama
mm.
vibes.
Oh, mama vibes. Okay, that's really beautiful. Okay, grandma, how do you feel about this grandma? It's not your grandma, but it's a grandma in the village. How do you feel about this? Or what is a grandma?
What is a grandma if I was an alien? Someone who had maybe withstood this test of time. She was here with wisdom. She was still mobile. She couldn't quite get there on her own, but she needed a little extra support, but she was still living in her joy.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So what is bingo? I need to ask you about bingo too. So
I
what is
know.
bingo?
Bingo is what if you were an alien?
If
Bingo
I
would
was an
be
alien,
yeah.
yeah, not the Wikipedia definition, but kind of the nature, the essence, the
Uh-huh.
feeling of it.
Like camaraderie, connection, community, and a way to feel elevated.
Ooh, ooh. And if it's my dream, I know that one thing about bingo is like sometimes you win.
Yeah,
Is there something that you win? It's kind of
yeah,
like a mini Vegas, like slot machine kind of
kind of,
gamble,
yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of
kind
a
of like
like,
that. So yeah, you would win. But I think for grandma, like if I were to
yeah,
embody it for grandma,
yeah.
she didn't really care if she win, but she was just going there for the friendship and the joy.
Oh, ooh. Doesn't care if she wins. She's there for the camaraderie and joy.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay, and what's a Tuscan village?
A Tuscan village
Last
is
thing.
a sweet place that would be safe. It wasn't total ease. There was some cobblestones. I had to ride the bike over the cobblestones. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
like a straight street that was just slurried, right? It was
yeah.
being able to navigate through all those and knew that the baby was safe and I was safe, and yet we still got to zoom through.
Ooh, interesting. All right, last question. You've said Zoom a lot in
Mhm.
this dream. So what is Zoom? I mean, we're on Zoom right now, but
Right?
um, but
What is Zoom
if
to
I
me? Like
yeah,
if
to
you're an alien,
Zoom.
to Zoom. Wow. Wow, what would I define Zoom? Like um a way to get to where you're going quickly to be able to
Yeah.
experience it all. Oh
Okay.
my gosh. And here we have Miss Kelly
Huh?
Sullivan Walden, Dr. Dream. She's going to interpret this dream for me or help me rather, because that's what you said.
Mhm.
What are the nuggets that you pull out of here?
Well, let's go. We're almost done. And this is, by the way, anybody's dream that is shared in a sacred space like we're in. Anybody with ears to hear this show, it's like they're part of this cozy, snuggled in, dreamifesting group with us. So this dream is for everybody. This is Tisha's dream. It's unique to Tisha, but it is for all of us that are listening. It's definitely for me. I can feel it. It's for me.
Is it?
We're
Oh my
almost done with Jet Set.
gosh.
Absolutely, it is for sure. So we've got two letters left out of Jet Set. So just to reiterate what we've done, J is just the facts, ma'am. E is for the emotion or energy. The T is for the title of the dream, as if it were a movie. S is for the standout symbols and what they mean to the dreamer. And now we get to the E, which is for the embodiment. And if we had all the time in the world, I would have you embody every symbol,
Yeah.
but let's embody maybe one or two of them and let them speak to you, the dreamer. So is there one? Let's start with one symbol that
The
seems
bike.
to be the one, the bike.
Yeah.
The bike.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay, so just take a moment and take a breath and become at one with the bike, because everything in your dream is an aspect of self. So we have permission, we have authority to speak on behalf of this aspect of the dream. So, Tisha, as the bike, you are the bike now. And there's a reason that you're in this dream with Tisha. There's a reason you're carrying her around. Is there anything particularly explicit you would like her to know? Or what are you trying to offer, Tisha? What do you want Tisha to know
As the bike, I want
or
Tisha to
have?
know or have, oh yeah, thank you. As the
Mhm.
bike, I want Tisha to know that things get to be simple and basic, and she has everything she needs right at her fingertips. Not only does
Oh,
she have her car and uh, an
mm,
airport and a
mm,
golf
mm.
cart and a
Yeah.
skateboard and skates, the bike is what
Oh,
she loves, and she
oh.
gets to do what she loves. And thank you for utilizing me, because sometimes I feel like I'm
Mm,
neglected or put away, like I'm not useful, but I really
mm.
am useful to me and useful. I want Tisha to know that I'm very useful to her, and she used me as a child most of the times, and that's where she
Oh,
found most of
interesting.
her joy. So I offer a sense of joy to her that she tends to forget.
I offer her a sense of joy that she tends to forget. Ah, and how does it feel when she forgets you, Bike?
Yeah. Neglected, abandoned, unworthy. That is huge.
Unworthy?
Uh-huh.
Ah, okay. Say more about that then.
Yeah, so just unworthy, like I'm unworthy because I'm sitting over
Ah,
here. I'm No one is paying attention to me. I'm here, I'm available,
oh,
but I'm in the corner. I have dust on me and I'm available for joy and I'm not being utilized.
oh,
Oh, it's so good.
wow. Available for joy and I'm underutilized. I'm yeah, not being paid attention to. Here I am. And and then on the other side of it, how does it feel to be ridden, to be zoomed along this countryside with Landon snuggled in with the grandma, going
Yeah,
places?
just um like a full expression of self. Like I don't care how
Ah,
she rides me, just ride me. We can go on the cobblestones, we can go in the dirt, we can go anywhere she goes, just utilize me and ride me, because when she does, she feels the sense of joy and I feel like I have a purpose too.
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
so good.
this is so good.
Huh.
This is so good. Can I
Yes.
add just how I'm feeling as I'm feeling this? It's so interesting that in this world, and this is truly if it were my dream as if it is, there's this tendency, I know for a lot of women and probably men too, that we need to do more, be more, have more in order to be okay. And there's like this kind of jammed up sense of like it's never enough. And
Mm.
so, in some way, the car versus the bike is just kind of it's kind of ordinary. It's just like
Ooh.
bare bones. There's nothing. I mean, even if it has a nice paint job, it's super simple. It's just like here's a bar, here's a wheel, there's a handlebars. Like it's almost rudimentary, almost cave woman like. It's basic, and it's as if it feels like to me one of the messages that I keep getting over and over is to simplify. You don't have to do more. I mean, the dream on my show today, the dream that we decoded was about this woman that just like trying to pack all these boxes and bags and luggage, and she keeps dropping them and tripping over them, and finally and she keeps falling down the steps, and there's this little girl that just says, "Let them go. Just you don't need all that luggage. You don't need all that
Ooh.
stuff. Like it's okay to just stand in the light by yourself. Like what's underneath it, the bare bones are enough."
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean sometimes it's not fun to jump in a car and jump out of a plane and take a train and all that, but to know that this simple bike aspect of self is plenty. There's plenty of joy. All the things that we're seeking, looking for love and joy, sometimes in all the wrong places, or spending so much money, or having to go to great lengths only to realize, oh, the hero's journey always says the treasure is always in your own backyard.
Bars, Kelly, bars, the treasure.
What are bars?
Yeah, bars are like mic drop moments from you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
bars.
you're dropping bars. The treasure is always in your own backyard. Isn't that true? Like, my goodness, we have everything that we need, and it's, if you can break it down to that simplicity of the bike for me, and just going back, it's almost like back to the basics. Like, can you strip it back to the basics where you allow yourself just to sit in joy?
So it's interesting because the Tisha character in this dream is going fast. It's like zip, 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 zoom, 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 wanting to get someplace, wanting to have something. And the joy is in the movement. The joy is in the being alive. Like, it's not so much even about getting to the destination. I'm just going to reflect a little thing that from my own life that I feel like it relates. And this is one of the things in dream work that it's sometimes fun to play with the association. So this was in my book, A Crisis is a Terrible Thing to Waste, the art of alchemizing the tragic into magic.
My favorite, by the way.
Thank you. And so one of the stories I write about there was I was on a service trip to Colombia, where me and a group of people were going to build houses and toilets and to help people in a very rural area. And we were there kind of as do-gooders, but I had all my baggage. Talk about baggage. I had some baggage, and I had my laptop and I had my cell phone, and somebody asked me for directions. I turn around to give the directions, and I turn back around, and all my stuff is gone. Everything's gone. But what was most devastating was my cell phone and my laptop, because I had so many books, so many ideas there, and they weren't backed up. Shame on me. My goodness. But whatever. Anyway, it was heart-wrenching. So I went for 30 days, which was the length of this trip. 30 days with no cell phone, no laptop. And after I got through the initial shock, which took several days, because it was like I had that phantom limb syndrome where I kept reaching for my phone. Where's my phone? I'm going to take a picture. I need to look this up. I need to find out. I need to check the email. I couldn't do any of that stuff. So eventually it was just me without any of it, bare bones, just and enjoying the trip, enjoying the people, being up close and present in this village that was rough and old and ancient. And I remember having this epiphany of like, oh my God, I feel so much joy. I had no idea that I was the robber. I had been robbing my own joy by holding on to my devices that had become my vices. These things that I thought I needed to zip, zip, zip through life were keeping me from being present, because they were so, I mean, you see so many people out to dinner with each other and they're on their phones or they're taking pictures of the moment, but they're not really in the moment. And by the end of the trip, I remember feeling so high. And the word that I used to describe how I felt was enough.
Wow.
For the first time in my adult life, I felt enough. I felt like I had arrived. I was where I needed to be, even though I hadn't done any work. I hadn't stayed in touch with anybody.
Right.
I hadn't posted anything. I hadn't captured any moment, but I had. And so there's something, this bike is making me think of the simplicity of like just arriving and being in the simple things that is what we're really wanting. So that's the message I'm taking in. So is there anything, let's do one more, embodiment of one more aspect of this dream
Okay.
before we do the final T. So
Okay.
is there one more symbol? I know that you've got the baby, you've got the grandma, you've got the Tuscan village, you've got bingo, you've got Zoom.
Yeah.
Is it?
Let's see. Maybe the Tuscan village. Maybe go. I mean, why did I
Ooh.
pick that? Why did I pick that in the dream?
Why did your dream pick that for you? Your dreaming mind, which
Oh,
is so much more intelligent than our own or our ordinary consciousness. So, all right, so just take a breath. And you and listeners, everybody just become the Tuscan village,
mm.
become this Tuscan countryside.
Yeah. So if I'm the Tuscan village, I would
So,
want
yeah,
Tisha to know, right? Yes.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
So if
yeah.
I'm the Tuscan village, I would want Tisha to know that she gets to enjoy all aspects of me. It's exquisite, it's beautiful. She can stay, she can go, she has any means and mode of transportation. But because of my walls and the cobblestone, I offer a sense of safety and boundaries. Yet, even though
Mm.
it's rugged with the cobblestones and the buildings, she still feels safe and secure and snuggled in because she knows where she is and she can pinpoint it on a map. But she can leave or she could go. And so it's that sense of home and safety that she's always looked for that I offer for her. Oh my gosh.
Wow, makes me want to move to Tuscany.
I
Wow,
know.
that was
Let's
so
go. Let's
good.
go.
So
Yeah.
I love that within the Tuscan village and if it's my dream, because I'm going to
Uh-huh.
project a little, I friggin' love Tuscany. Oh
Me
my God,
too.
it's one of my favorite places on earth. I could just picture all those sunflowers and
Mm.
those rolling hills and the sunset, and everything is organic and it tastes so delicious, and everything is a little slower and simpler.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little rough around the edges, but those and the villages and the courtyards and all of that, it's so beautiful. And but the way that you described it was that snuggled in. So the
Uh-huh.
feeling, it's kind of like, if it's my dream, I'm little Landon. I am tucked in
Oh.
by this Tuscan village aspect of self, and I'm old, and I can comfort and take care of the young. All kind of, there is this connectedness, this spectrum of, because the village is ancient. The village is
Oh, yes.
so old. It's older than dirt. It's, I don't know how old, but thousands of years old. I mean, it goes all the way back to the beginning of time. So it's like grandma to the max. And also the baby part feels secure and comforted. Okay, so anything else you want to say about this dream before I ask you about the tangible, the
Yeah.
tea?
I mean, I just remember upon
Yeah.
waking that I was just so excited. I'm like, this whole dream was so cool. And it just goes to show the illustration that you've taken me through here is it's layered upon layered upon layered. We can go so
Mm,
deep with meanings
yeah.
of this and how it could transform my life even deeper if, I wanted to noodle out on it for the next 5 hours.
Well, because we could say that every dreams never tell us what we already know. Dreams are always kind of taking us to the edge of ourselves and beyond. And I might say, if it were my dream, that there's the contrast to all kind of the stuckness of these cars, these more fast
Mm.
paced, or they're supposed to be fast paced. They're more fancy, they're more snazzy, they're more adult, they're they're more typical, conventional, and I'm not in any of them. But yet, if I know myself, the Tisha aspect of myself, the Tisha part of me can certainly have cars or many cars and be fancy as anybody. And but the contrast is that there's a bit of a stuckness in all of that, and there's a bit of, in contrast, freedom in what's simple and what I already have. It doesn't mean to
Wow.
dampen my ambition, but maybe like Michael Beckwith says, pain pushes until inspiration pulls.
Mm.
Pain pushes until inspiration pulls. So many of us are ambitious because we think that when we get there, wherever there is, we will not be in pain. We will finally be safe. We will finally be okay. We will finally have arrived. We will finally get the respect and the notoriety. We'll finally get noticed because this bike wanted to get noticed, didn't want to just sit around being unnoticed. Like we would finally get all the good things in life that we're supposed to have. The grass is greener over there. And yeah, there's something in this dream that is saying, no, that ain't it. Like there's something, that stuckness, there's something else. There's something like I already have this. So my question to you, because we didn't do this initially, if we were working on this kind of in reverse order, I would say before you go to sleep at night, and this is for everybody listening, ask your dreams to help you with an issue that may be troubling or a stumbling block, something to help it, to ask your dream to help you overcome whatever's in the way of that next frontier for yourself. So if you went to sleep the other night with a dream, like with a question on your mind, what might it have been, or what's the issue that this dream might be an answer to?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So the question is, and I think you said it initially when we first started, is that, there's this constant doing, right? The doing, the doing, the doing. And can I allow myself to sit with the simplicity of life in the moment? I feel as though I am very present for watching Miss Tisha Marie Cain Avatar. I feel like I'm very present most of the time. And can I allow myself to be more present is the question.
Oh, kind of like your trees in some way. I mean, you did this series of this beautiful series of tree paintings, but let me see if I can weave this in for a second. So pain pushes until inspiration pulls. What motivates most people to go and zoom through life and zigzag through whatever's in their way is pain, is some form of where I'm at is not okay. Where I'm at is not safe. It's not safe to just sit there. It's like, don't just sit there, do something, go, go, go. But as we evolve, as we awaken, as we heal, we realize, right where I'm at is heaven on earth. And yeah, some shit has happened. Some pain has been thrown my way. For sure, there has been pain. But there has also been a tremendous amount of healing. I mean, one thing I know about the Tisha in the dream, my inner Tisha, is that she's done a shit ton of work on herself. She does not stop. She has uncovered every stone, and she's done the work. And the payoff for the work is I can do things, I can be simple. I don't have to run, and maybe where I'm at is where I want to be. So pain pushes until inspiration pulls. So what if now what can motivate me and inspire me to move is, what does God want from me now, today? Not because I have to, because where I'm at sucks, but because there's this desire to grow and evolve and stretch at God, what God made as me, because it's fun to do so, because it's inspiring to do so. And we can do it with the simple things that we have. We don't have to get stuck in the old way of thinking. So something like that.
Wow.
Anything else you want to say before we get into the tea?
No, I mean, this is why you are Dr. Dream. You move through this. This is your life work, and you can pull out things that, because I'm in the picture, right? So I can't see all of it. And so you being able to use your medicine and your magic to be able to give me a feedback loop of what I missed is exquisite. So, well, I thank you for your magic, Kelly. Like everybody needs to know your name.
Thank you, Tisha Marie Cain. Everybody needs to know your name, and everybody listening to this does. Okay, so the final T is the tangible, and this is where dream work becomes useful, not just an intellectual conversation, but something that you can do that's got some practical value. Not that the inner shifting doesn't have practical value, because even if you didn't do a single physical thing, just having an aha actually does move the needle. But if you were going to add some cherries on top, what might you do in the physical world, the tangible world, to honor the wisdom of this beautiful dream?
Yeah, I think I get to ride my bike. Right?
Do you have a bike?
I do. And I love
do?
it. I love my bike. And she's over there sitting with dust on her. So I think I get to have a little weekend with the family and go down some trails. I have
with Landon, even though he's a little
Landon,
bigger than you couldn't necessarily, he might get to cuddle you.
Right. Yeah, we have family bike rides. We haven't had that because life is lifing us and we're very busy. You know, I have a couple offices, so keeping those going and all the things. I think I get to slow down and ride the bike.
Oh,
Bike.
yeah.
Bike. I need to do a song on ride the bike, ride the bike.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of like slow is the new fast.
Oh, that resonates with me because I've had three, have you not three, things this week where I said, okay, I must slow down to go faster. And I've had three situations.
Oh, really? Are you kidding me?
No. And Greg and I were just talking about this last night. There were three situations. One specifically, someone sent me some Venmo money, but it was to the wrong email. So it wouldn't go anywhere. And I was like, okay, I can noodle on this and be upset about it, or I can just, slow down right now. Let's fix the little email in the app. And then things are going to get pushed through. And I took a moment and I paused. I fixed the email and everything was seamless. So it was like, let's slow down to go a little faster. And it was, so what you're saying is like, codes.
Oh, I want to say something about that. So when there's the different states of consciousness and there's alpha, delta, beta, theta, there's all of these different brainwaves, and theta is kind of, as you know, I mean, you're a hypnotherapist, you have many, many different certifications that you know all of these things. But for anybody who doesn't, it's like our beta, when we're in beta, that's our bada bing, bada boom, hustle, zoom, 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 get out of my way. And we tend to make mistakes in that space. That's if we're going to get in an accident, it tends to be because we're going too fast. I mean, my dad used to tell me when I was young, the faster you go, the behinder you get. I'm like, shut up. And you're always trying to cram 100 pounds of crap in a 10-pound bag. And I'm like, I gotta go. People out of my way.
Love your dad.
So believe me, when I say, if this were my dream, it is my dream because I'm a zippy, zippy, zip. I mean, if Dana, my husband, was listening, he'd be like, Kelly, yeah, this is absolutely for you. And this is the work of my life. What was my point? I got so the other night, Dana and I we drove to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Ooh.
And with the driving, sometimes driving can put us in the alpha state.
Yes.
We're listening to music. It's mesmerizing being on the open road. And we get into a state of mind where we're really harmonized with our left brain, right brain. And it's kind of a magical space. And there was something that happened as I was slowing down and getting in the zone as I'm learning French on Duolingo, the app.
Oh, so good.
This show is sponsored by Duolingo. So I started to and I'm a beginner. I mean, I've only been doing 3 minutes. I've been doing 3 minutes a day for a couple years. So I've never taken an official class. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I have a little bit. But as I was thinking about what was going on, I suddenly became fluent in French for like a 10-minute period of time. Like every thought in my head, I was translating it into French, but it was because I had slowed down. The moment I zipped back up, I couldn't do that. But when we drop into that deeper place, we all have access to the genius that we already have. And so slowing down, even while we're in our waking state, kind of bridging the dream state to our waking state is where our genius comes in.
Wow.
Whether we're speaking French or speaking the language of love, whatever that may be. So,
right. The synchronicities of this is amazing that we got to share this. Kelly, I just love you so much. Thank you for taking me. I didn't realize that, you're just like the gift that keeps on giving, that you were going to take me down through this process. Thank you for being on my radio show. I'm hoping to impact more lives.
Oh my
impact
God.
more, make more, do all the things. We get to do all the things and not do all the things. And,
oh my God.
I'm so happy.
What if you're doing it? You're doing it just by being yourself, by sitting here right now, like you and I just sitting here talking. It's kind of an efficient way to get a lot of information out and to connect with people. Yeah. It's kind of like riding a bike. And what did they say? Somebody just said to me, oh my God, today we were talking about, it's like riding a bike. It's like we all know how to do this, and we all do know how to slow down. It's like inherent. Oh my God, that's such a synchronicity. Okay. Whoa, I'm tripping out.
Oh,
I love it.
Wow. Well, thank you again. How can people find you if they're looking for Kelly Sullivan Walden? How can they find you?
They can find me at my website, kellysullivanwalden.com. And they can also look up Dreamifesting, dream, that's dream with an I, FESTING.com. And that will take you to a world of gifts. I've got many, many gifts, meditations, free offerings for people. They can find me on Instagram and TikTok, Kelly S. Walden, Facebook, Kelly Sullivan Walden Dreams. And they can find me on my new podcast, which is on UK Health Radio, The Healing Power of Your Dreams. And I co-host that with Teresa Chung, the Dream Diva of England. And it's a great show. We're having a blast, reaching a lot of people. And yeah, I'm easy to find.
Thank you for allowing me to swim in your energy. I love you so much. And this is Beyond Mindset Limits with Tisha Marie and Kelly Sullivan Walden. I hope to hear from you soon, Kelly. I love you.
Thank you for joining Tisha Marie Cain for Beyond Mindset Limits. Tune in every Wednesday at 4 p.m. as the conversation continues around mindset, legal insight, and publishing as a strategic tool for business positioning. Visit TishaMarieCain.com or CainsLegalSupport.com for more information or to schedule your private appointment.